Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you're the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine and welcome back if this is your second or third or however many times you come back to my channel. Welcome. Or should I say good morning. Today, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be doing my voting for the Shaded Choice Awards. It is the semifinals. You can still vote. So the video should be dropping November 17th, or what is today? November 20th. So you still have 2 days to vote. Make sure you vote. There are some amazing books, and some of these categories are extremely hard to pick. So let's just get into the voting. Okay. Shaded Choice Awards, we're on here. Wow, I don't like the layout. I'm also on my Mac, so kind of don't like that. That's fine though. So let's see, first section. I actually haven't read any of these, and I'm not gonna do the Goodreads thing and just pick something. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the next section. All right. Same for nonfiction. I also didn't read nonfiction, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys what the category, what the books were anyways. So some really great picks here as well. I need to read all 3 of these actually. So next section. Although I've heard nothing but great things about pretty much all of these books in this section, I haven't read any of them either because I'm not a huge romance. But I'm pretty sure I can make speculation of who I think is going to win. And I think it's going to be a really tough pick for a lot of people in the romance community because I've heard so many fabulous things about Take a Hint, Danny Brown. So we'll see. I clearly don't get around because I haven't read any of these either. They're on my TBR, but I haven't read them. So like, wow, I didn't even change this. Oops, it says round 1 still. I should probably go edit that. So let's just go to the next section. Horror. You guessed it. I also haven't read, all of these books are on my TBR. I just have not got to them. Want to read The Year of the Witching. Didn't read it during the Halloween season. Mexican Gothic. Want to read it. Didn't read it either. And The Only Good Indian. Like, I haven't read any of these and I really want to. So let's just go to the next section. All right, finally we're getting somewhere. We're finally getting somewhere. So, I actually have only read 1 book on here. I'm only going to vote for the 1 book. I'm not going to double vote for the book. I'm just going to vote for one of them. And I'm going to leave the other response closed. And that is The City We Became. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It's by N.K. Jemisin. Honestly, it's so good. It was so good. You should definitely check it out. So let's just vote. So surprisingly, because it's science fiction is actually one of my favorite genres, I haven't read any of these. Like, I think this year I've probably been reading a ton of fantasy. And I did read some, I read like 1 or 2 sci-fi. I haven't really read that much sci-fi this year, so that's a shame. So I'm also not going to be voting in this section either. All right, debut novel. I've only read 1 book in here, so that's totally fine. I'm going to be voting for A Song of Rapes and Ruin, and I really need to get to Legendborn, and I really need to get to Cemetery Boys. So I got a lot of reading to do next year, but that's okay because we have a whole year to do it. So let's vote for my 1 book. All right, graphic novels and comic books. I've been slacking this year. Like, I've read so many books, but I haven't read anything. I feel like Apparently, I haven't been reading a lot of what everyone else has been reading, and I've been reading a lot of older stuff, which is totally fine. Like, but like, I'm not all hip to the new stuff because I haven't read it. So I haven't read any of these. But I've heard nothing but great things about Banned Book Club. Last round, they got like 500 votes. So like, Yeah, can't vote in this section, so let's just go to the next one. YA fiction, again. I have Clap When You Land on my TBR this month. I know it wasn't in the video, but it popped up in my Libby. I have it. I'm going to be reading it, but I can't vote for it because I haven't read it. I know it's going to be fabulous, but so I'm not voting for them, but if you want to, you totally can vote for something that you know you're going to love. If you want to vote for it, that's fine. I'm just not voting. And there were some people last round that didn't vote either, or they voted for the same book. That's totally okay too. I am just not doing it. So let's go to the next section. Okay, so one of the hardest sections for me is this, YA fantasy. I have read Ray Bearer by Jordan E. Foku, and I have read A Song of Race and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I've read both of these books, and luckily I can pick those two because I can pick two books. But I know for other people that have read all three of them, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to pick between these three wonderful books, all by great authors, and good luck to you. I'm just going to go ahead and vote for Ray Bearer and A Song of Race and Ruins. That one was pretty easy for me. So, sorry for all those out there that... Great. All right, and last but not least is middle grade, and I've only read one book on here, and that is The Only Black Girls in Town by Brandy Colbert. And I actually nominated this book as well, so it's kind of interesting that other people read it. So I'm just going to vote for that one, and that's it. That's the end of the voting. All right, so those were my votes. I hope that if you haven't voted already, you will definitely go ahead and vote now. The semifinals end on the 22nd. And the final rounds start on the 24th. If you haven't noticed, our dates do align kind of with the Goodreads Choice Awards. That was purposeful because, we're kind of shading Goodreads. It's cool, all in fun. So yes, be sure to vote if you haven't already. Check out the website. We have a Twitter page now. We weren't going to make one, but then we had some people messaging us, so we made the Twitter page. So go ahead and check us out if you are on Twitter. We are going to get around to making that Instagram. It's just not made right now. So be on the lookout for that as well. We do have some exciting things going on with the website heading forward. But for now, let's just get our votes in for the Shaded Choice Awards. Again, it ends on the 22nd. And yeah, that's all that I have for you guys today. So be sure to check out my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as the website and the links for that. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine that you did and come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.